So some of you know that Europe is an early college intervention for middle high school students going off to post-secondary education. So it's been there for probably 25 years, and I've been there 20. I found a home at Palomar. I love being around educators and people who want to invest in themselves. So people here today are doing the very same thing. So we're going to start off with the Pledge of Allegiance by the Mayor of San Marcos, Rebecca Jones, followed by a 2-minute update about the growth of San Marcos. Mayor Jones.
Thank you for having me today. So if you could please put your hand over your heart. Ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So I think they wanted me just to talk a little bit about the road improvements in San Marcos. If you have been in San Marcos, if you shot there, we love that. Thank you very much. But currently we are under construction in our largest capital improvement project, about $112 million. That's called the Creek Infrastructure Project. It encompasses Discovery Road all the way from Discovery near the border with the county right there at Lake San Marcos, and it goes all the way down to Bend, but then it also has a second piece of that, and that is actually an extension of Discovery. So if any of you have driven down San Marcos Boulevard, God bless you, it's pretty tough right now. But anyway, that is going to be a significant change in that area, and what it will have is the creek is going to be channelized. So remember, when it floods, you've got people getting stuck in the actual creek very often. That's not going to happen any longer. And so it'll be the channelization, it'll be a walking trail all the way around, 2 bridges, one at Bend, which is already open, and then one at Discovery. And then the widening of Discovery all the way from Applewild all the way down to Bend, and then it's going to be extended all the way through to Twin Oaks Valley Road, right next to the Kaiser Hospital. If you haven't seen that, that's well underway. All of the road improvements will be completed right around April of next year, and then also the hospital will come right after that. So that's a 206-bed hospital, the first one in North County, 180 subscribers for Kaiser Permanente, so it'll be a big asset to all of North County. Very excited to see that happen. And other than that, one of the things that, and thank you to Supervisor Desmond, because he was on the city council when we started working on this, like 10 years ago or something. Anyway, it's going to be a huge project that is going to improve traffic, because we're also going to be putting in some smart lights, which in San Marcos we have replaced all of the controllers. But what will happen is they will be all synchronized on that part of Discovery from Craven all the way through to Twin Oaks Valley Road. So that'll be our first part of artificial intelligence that will keep our city streets moving through quicker. And then we will be doing that at a later date. So anyway, thank you so much for having me, and we will get on with the show.
We have council member Joe Garcia, and he is going to do our invocation. He is a pastor for 30 years. Thank you, council member Garcia.
Thank you. What an honor to be here, but I was given 30 seconds. So as a pastor, I'm going to apply prophetic 30 seconds, which is about 2 or 3 minutes. If you're so inclined, please bow your head. Father God, we are so thankful and excited to be able to be together here this afternoon, to celebrate our heritage, to celebrate our friendship, to celebrate where we come from. We ask that your Spirit continue to give wisdom to those that make decisions, that you continue to bring us together and to see the big picture, and to know that you have not left us alone. We love you, thank you. Bless our food also that we share. In your name. Amen. 30 seconds. Was it 30 seconds?
25.
Well, today's a special day. It's Hispanic Heritage Month. Some of you may know that it goes from September 15th to October 15th, because a lot of the Latin Latin countries have their Independence Days between these 30 days. Last year, when we were coming out of the pandemic, I called my supervisor, Desmond, and said, I want to support small business. I want to do something for recognizing the leaders in the Latino community to show that they surpassed and stayed alive during the pandemic, and they came out of it, and they made it. So I said, could you give some certificates? That'd be great. And all of a sudden, I went to Assemblywoman Mary Waldron and Senator Jones, and so this year it is here at the chamber. It is home because our Europe program was here for 7 years, and it was nice to pick people that normally don't get recognized, because everybody has a good story, some more than others. There's a lot of challenges to success, and I do recognize that women in the Latino culture to have their own business is already one of the books. It's rising up because we have our youth and our young daughters that look up to their mothers, aunts, and grandmothers. So we welcome the familias that are here today for Hispanic Heritage Month, and so I'm going to go ahead and recognize some VIP people. One is Mayor Rebecca Jones from San Marcos. Thank you for coming, Rebecca. Rebecca and I met probably 15 million years ago. I sit with her. She does a mentoring program at the Boys and Girls Club, and she asked me to represent Calamar College. Of course, I said yes, and I've known her for about 15 years, and she also sits on my Women of Success that I do for the last 7 years. I use my business to educate, and my topic for last 7 years with our county district attorney, Summer Stephan, I want to teach our youth, young women, the dangers of human trafficking. So that is one of my big goals there. My next one is, of course, council member from District 3, Joe Garcia, over there. Clap.
I'm hungry, I'm sorry, I'm hungry.
Very good, enjoy. Is JR here today?
He's coming.
He's coming, okay. He is the Untitled Chapter CEO. That's great. And we also have some people from Valley Center. Where is she? There she is. Yeah.
Chamber.
In the chamber, so she's
Mary
there.
Walters.
Mary, okay, great. And we also have, anybody else that we missed that didn't go through the list? We have Supervisor Desmond.
We got Joe Gardner, the Escondido Unified School District.
Yes, thank you, yes, we have, right, Laura. And then the Board of Trustees. John. I didn't have any others, I'm so sorry, but I get to know you when I said, all right. But my last one was gonna be Supervisor Jim Desmond. I'll go right into how I met Jim. About 18 years ago, I do part of, in my Year Up program, I do business partnership with businesses to teach our students about STEM careers. And he would show up to our events. And I said, what do you do besides, not besides, but he was the mayor of San Marcos. I'm an airline pilot. And I was quite floored and impressed that he has the time to volunteer and keep San Marcos afloat, working up in the air. And I said, we are doing a career expo at San Marcos High School. Would you like to be a participant? And he said yes. He brought his airplane, he wore the uniform, sharp, and all the kids were just, wow, there is our mayor, San Marcos, flying. And he's done 32 years, is that correct, Jim? Close enough, 32 years flying, and with his schedule and keeping the mayor of San Marcos alive and thriving in business, I'm impressed. And every year I asked him, and every year he showed up. So for 7 years straight, there he was, out there with the kids, San Marcos High School, and the kids loved him. We have a lot of local businesses as well. And ever since then, when I'm at Palomar, I invite the mayor, he's there. And showing up, in my opinion, is half the win. It's a win-win, so I really appreciate him being here. So, we're gonna have Supervisor Jim Desmond. I also wanted to mention that he has done, in my opinion, a superb job especially during the COVID and past the pandemic, because small businesses, he was on KSI, even on National Fox TV, rooting for the small business owner. And me, small business owner, I'm big on small business. I want to introduce you, Supervisor Jim Desmond, 5th District. Jim Desmond.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much, Teresa. I really appreciate it. And yeah, it's flying airplanes was a heck of a lot easier than politics. Let me tell you. But I want, and I know, if I give enough the awards now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. I got the Cisneros girls telling me what to do, and I've learned to do what they ask. So I want to say thank you very much. Thanks to Therese. You know, she was actually the founder of Women in Network, and she's hosting the event today. And she picked Escondido for this award ceremony here for the Hispanic Heritage Awards. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. I think it's very important. I represent the North County District 5, Oceanside, Escondido, San Marcos, Vista, all the way out to Borrego Springs, and all 6 people in Pocatello Wells. So, what's special about Escondido is about 50% Hispanic. And so we want to recognize, especially the Hispanic leaders here during the Hispanic Heritage Month, for stepping up. Government doesn't always do everything, or should they in some cases or situations, but having community leaders willing to step up and do the job is really what it's about, and honoring people that are willing to do that, because it's not easy, doing some of these jobs. And when I used to go and I talked to the school children at elementary schools that they always wanted to know if I had a helicopter and a limousine, but I never did. And then I was asked if I had Secret Service. I says, yes, I do. You just can't see them. I forgot where I was going with this. But one of the things that the kids would ask me is, how do you get to become mayor? How do you get involved in the community? And I just started by volunteering. And I volunteered in my kids' school. I volunteered in the Scouts. I volunteered in the city on different commissions. And I found out the more you volunteer, the more responsibility people will give you. So if you just keep willing. And so all of the awardees today are people who just keep raising their hands and raising their hands and raising their hands and doing it. So I really appreciate that. So as you already know, it's September 15th to October 15th. I'm going to be presenting the awards shortly. I don't know if I want to turn it back to you, Therese, or no. I keep going. You can go right into the awards. Everybody okay with that? Yep. All right, that's good. All right, the first Hispanic Heritage Award goes to David Zumaya. I got a lot to say. David, did you ever go to an event and David's not there? He's everywhere, and it's wonderful. David, he's a marketing advocate, founder of My San Diego, North County. He's got over 15,000 followers. He produces the annual North County Business Expo, and he conducts the San Diego Cafecito Business Network's weekly gatherings. He has a day job. He's a director of community engagement and career services here at Escondido at John Paul Catholic University, right on Main Street, right? Yes. He's also the father of 4 lovely daughters. He's got 2 back here. I'm going to embarrass. But there you go. His 2 daughters are back here. And he's a very active community volunteer. And basically, as I said, he is everywhere. He's out. Have you had your picture taken by David yet?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What does he always say? Pop, pop, pop. Yeah, he's the pop. You're probably going to change it.
It's trademark, okay?
It's trademark. Oh, sorry. I guess I owe you money for that. But I just want to congratulate David on your Hispanic Heritage Award and for being a top North County influencer. You influence a lot of people, hopefully including your children, and I know your passion is really to get out there and get involved with the people. So if you got a couple, I'm going to give you 45 seconds.
45 seconds?
Joe Green.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is it Joe Garcia 5 minutes?
Joe Garcia.
Anyways, I just want to say thank you very much to all my friends here, and my 2 daughters, of course. What's she doing? Okay. I thought we were going to get pulled out. I just, again, big thank you to everybody. I live for this community and do what I can for it, but more importantly, it's those 2 ladies down in the back seat. are my two angels. And the two that are already a little bit older than them. But you know, we gotta make our community better. And we'll start with the next generation, right? So I lead by example as best I can. I'm just a humble servant. I'm here to do what I can for everybody here. I'm not selling anything for the most time, right? My biggest problem is I forget to invoice people, right, Carol? But I'm here to serve you, so if I can be of assistance, my pledge is one day we'll have a strong northcounty.com website, which is what I'm going to be leading. That is what my San North County is all about. 15,000 people are behind me on social media. I just need to get another 15,000 so we get that million number. So again, I'm here to serve you, and if you're a nonprofit, a small business, large business, business professional, Latino, non-Latino, whichever way it goes, we are here to serve you. I'm here to be an advocate for you. Well, thank you.
All right. Where do you want?
David. Pop, pop, pop.
Good.
Hey.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thanks, David. All right. All right. Do I need the? Okay, I'll use this. Next week, can we have Maria Templeton from Escondido? Can you please come on up, Maria? Maria was born in Mexico City, and she was the oldest child of four of her parents, Martha and Luis Alvaro. When Maria was 6 years old, her father, unfortunately, he left the family, and Maria and her siblings had to move around and later emigrated to the United States for better economic opportunity and as a domestic worker. But while staying in Mexico, Maria and her brother Miguel and her sisters Monica and Karina, they had to sleep in a small shed adjacent to their family house. And she could see the stars from underneath the rafters looking up there, and she prayed for a better life. So in 1978, her prayers were answered. Maria and her siblings joined Martha, who was then worked as a chef at a Mexican restaurant and lived in East Oakland's Latino neighborhood. Martha placed Maria in a school that didn't speak Spanish, so she could learn English quickly. They didn't have much from Maria's perspective, but she felt very rich because she had shoes and food every day, and her family lived together again. So Maria graduated from Fremont High School in Oakland while earning her California beautician's license and worked at a dinner house in Oakland where she met her future husband, Tim Templeton. Raise your hand. Yeah. In 1984, Maria and Tim were married and subsequently raised 3 daughters together, Sarah, Sheila, and Susie. All right, this is Sheila. Sheila's here today. And she called, let's see, can I call her, okay. Let's see. Do you want to come on up, Sheila? Come on. Come on. Come on up.
Come on in, Sheila.
Come on, Sheila. All right. You want Tim up here too, or no?
Yes.
Yes, Sheila. Okay. All right. In 1995, let's see. Maria and her family moved from the Bay Area to Escondido's Quiet Hills neighborhood, and her daughters graduated from San Pasqual High School. Today, Sarah works for an impact investment firm, and Sheila and Susie are both practicing attorneys. All right. In 2015, Maria formed Elements Hair Spa, Inc. and acquired Elements Salon, located in El Norte Parkway here in Escondido. And under Maria's management, the business has steadily increased and been considerably profitable. More importantly, it's a business that's a source of joy and accomplishment for Maria. And over the past 27 years in Escondido, Maria has been known as a woman who is always ready to help others in need. From a boys' orphanage in Tijuana, with battered women, children in need of a prom dress, she charges no charge for makeovers or delivered dinners for friends and family and those in need. But she knows what it's like to go without, and because of this and her life's experiences, she turns to the needs of others. So we want to say congratulations, Maria, on your Hispanic Heritage Award. I'm sure you do your family and your culture and everything very proud, and it's much deserving. So if you've got a beautiful, was able to tell a little bit of your story, you want to tell some more?
What I have to say is, the biggest hurricane that it has been my mother. When I first came over to this country, I was 14 years old, did not know how to speak English. And when she put us on the school, because she wanted a better life for us. My mother had always, she had two things always to say. Always said that this country was the country where dreams came true. And she was right. And she still it is right today. Being a Latina woman, sometimes I feel like I have to work just a little bit harder to achieve my dreams and to achieve my dreams. When I purchased Elements Hair Salon in 2015 and now become successful, I was able to give more to the community and to be able to help girls, especially when they don't have dresses, to go to prom or makeovers or older people or even on the boys' orphanage. I'm so thankful for this award and this for this award because the things that my mom taught me, I can now go back even stronger to the community because I have a passion for Escondido and I have a passion to help the community. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well deserved. Very well deserving. It's great that we learn from our experiences growing up and able to put those experiences to good use for everybody else. So I really appreciate Maria and all your efforts. The next Hispanic Heritage Award goes to Dr. Ibarra. Superintendent of the Escondido Union High School District. It says, Union. Oh, the Union. Oh, I apologize. Okay. He's corrected me already. It's okay. That's wonderful. No, okay, Ibarra. I want to get it right. Okay. He's had over 31 years at the school district experience. Dr. Ibarra is a chief executive officer of the district that serves approximately 15,000 students in preschool all the way up to 8th grade. And they employ over 1,500 employees, making Escondido Union School District the second largest employer in the city of Escondido. And during Dr. Ibarra's career, he has been a teacher, a principal, a district office official in human resources and business services, and prior to that, prior to all being selected as the superintendent. Dr. Ibarra completed his doctorate in educational leadership from the University of California, San Diego, and from California State University, San Marcos in 2008. And he earned his master's in educational administration from Azusa Pacific University in 1995. And he finished his undergraduate studies with a BA in liberal arts from California State University in San Bernardino in 1990. I want to thank you for your active leadership during the pandemic to actually help the students. It was very challenging school and education times, and their families and the entire school district. And to dedicate your life to education, that's key for everybody. Everybody deserves a great education, and the fact that you're providing that and serving the children of Escondido, 15,000 of them, that's a big influence on their lives, and hopefully they'll grow up and someday be in one of these Hispanic Heritage Awards as well. So I want to say thank you very much. Congratulations on your Hispanic Heritage Award for being a strong leader and an educator in the community. Dr. Ibarra.
Thank you very much. Very honored and humbled by this award. I think the way we got here is always through our parents who challenged us and had a dream for us. I'm a living proof that education is the way to get to the American dream. My parents, my mother had a 3rd grade education. My father was a laborer and barely finished middle school. But they immigrated to the United States to create a better life for all of us. And that's what they wanted to do. And the one thing I learned from my family, and especially my mother, was it was school. School was going to be the key. And that is why through the pandemic, we have so much influence over the community. And when we closed down that March 13th, back in 2020, we had a responsibility to our community, our kids and our families. That very next Monday, we had food stations at every one of our elementary schools. We served over thousands of meals throughout the pandemic. I'm proud to say we were one of the first districts to open up for in-person instruction because it was very important. Virtual was not working for many of our families because of the technology divide. So we corrected the technology divide and provided iPads for every one of our students, as many other districts as well, but we were among the first to open for in-person instruction. We're very proud of that. I say we because it wasn't just me. It was having a board of education that had that resolve and that tenacity and that resiliency to make that happen. I have Joan Gardner here, very special board member, who is here. This was challenging, but it was having a board and having representatives, having a team that was determined to make this happen. And this was not easy. We had to create partnerships with our families. This was a very, very scary time for all of our families. But being able to relate to our families was key. Talking to them, assuring them that it was going to be okay, that we were going to take care of our kids. Having our staff, my amazing teachers, classified employees, outstanding administrators. I have Mcguire here, chief business official, who over last year during that big surge, we had thousands of people outside our district office, aligned all the way out through Auto Parkway, coming to our testing center. And Mcguire had a vision, said, let me open up, let's make it bigger. And within 1 week, we had a huge testing center that all the local clinics were sending them to us. We were providing hundreds of COVID tests to our families. So I am very proud of you. I share this with all of you and my team. I am so humbled to be doing this. But again, I leave you with this. Education is the key. And so thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. That was a great story. And COVID was challenging times, and we need leaders to step up and do the right things with the testing and then getting the kids back to school as quickly as we could. It was, very, very key as well. We know we've got a lot of kids that now have mental health issues and things like that, and we're just so happy that they got them. The sooner we can get those kids back into school, the better in person, and I think that we're much, much better off with that. So thank you for showing that leadership here in Escondido and helping out in the pandemic. So you're doing both sides, so thank you. Okay, our next Hispanic Heritage Award winner comes all the way from Valley Center. All right, Joaquin Aganza. I've worked with Joaquin here recently. We're working on a, hopefully someday, come on up. At Butterfield Ranch in Valley Center is a site that the county we're looking at and analyzing and chipping out the feasibility of it. You've been a big advocate of that. But I learned some stuff as I was reading about you here. So I'm going to share that. He's a former bilingual school psychologist for Vista Unified and a professor in the School of Psychology and graduate program at San Diego State. So he helped initiate classes using the culturally relevant, Encuentros curriculum. So what does that mean?
It means joining.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. For the last 15 years, and they've dramatically enhanced the GPA, grade point average, and reduced behavioral referrals among students that attend these classes. And that's what we really need. We need outreach to young people and let them know the opportunities exist out there. So he's currently on the board of Incentros Leadership. He's passionate about land conservation and has worked on the board of the Friends of Hellhole Canyon for the past 20 years. And during that time, the Friends of Hellhole Canyon helped add nearly 1,000 acres to the preserve. And this land protects critical resources such as our watershed and our wildlife corridors. The Friends are currently working on the acquisition, as I said, of Butterfield Trail Ranch, centrally located park in Valley Center. And as a school psychologist, he strongly believes that children need regular exposure to the natural settings for their healthy mental development. So congratulations, Joaquin, on your Hispanic Heritage Award. Yeah, I know you do a lot, and I didn't know you were a psychologist too, so I gotta watch myself. But we really appreciate leaders like yourself who are willing to step up, just like all the other awardees. So if you got a few words, we'd love to hear.
Thank you. And thank you for your cooperation with the community, Supervisor, because you have been above and beyond in doing that. And you might wonder what school psychology has to do with land conservation, but I'd like to share a story. And when I was taking some undergraduate classes at Cal State San Marcos, I was in an environmental science class. And we had an assignment to go do a biological survey. I picked the only other Latino in the class, and I said, hey, let's go out this weekend and we'll do it. And he goes, okay. And we went and took some twine, some measuring, some stakes, and we went out to a big empty field in Vista. Now, he had grown up in Vista, in a pretty tough neighborhood, and so, I thought, well, no big deal, we're in Vista, tough neighborhood. He had been exposed to all, even violence in his neighborhood. So we got there, and he said, oh, I got out of the car, got this stuff, and he didn't get out of the car. And he said, I said, what's the matter? And he says, Joaquin, you don't understand, I don't do dirt. And I said, what do you mean you don't do dirt? He says, well, I don't know. There could be animals out there, something that could get me. And I said, this is a tough kid. I mean, he's had people in his family shot. And so I talked him into it, we did it. He got through the class, he went on, he got his degree in educational leadership, and now he's a principal of a Vista High School. And so this brought home to me, I'm going, wait a minute, I grew up in a tough neighborhood, East LA. How come I can do dirt? And I said, well, I realized that my mom on weekends would take me and my 3 brothers, take us to empty land or a riverbed and turn us loose. And and I remember, if we had to go out in the neighborhood, she gave us a dictionary of warnings. All started with don't. And so, but she would take us out in the bushes, and I was just thinking this morning, she never even said, look out for snakes. And so, one of my friends suggested that, well, maybe she was hoping some of you would come back. But that, really the case was she had grown up on a ranch, and so she didn't worry about dangers out in the brush. But I realized that if children don't get exposed to nature, then they feel strange out there. They can be okay in their neighborhood and be brave enough to get to school, but they will not go 1 inch off a sidewalk. And I think that that's tragic, and I feel that that leads to a tremendous amount of anxiety, of not feeling comfortable in the world, and always being worried there's something gonna get me. Because I found after our trips to the woods or camping, I felt really alive and very much calmer and dealing with my life. So I just felt that's what all kids need. And so that's why I work, and I appreciate the cooperation of our supervisor in creating more parks for children to get that natural experience. Thank you.
repetition, a little slow, but thank you so much. But our next Hispanic Heritage Award goes to Maria Bowman from Escondido. Where's Maria? Do you want a chair up here? You okay? They gave me about 6 pages on you.
All right, but I'm shaking.
It's okay, well here. Here, hang on. That's good. Okay. Maria, how many people know Maria here in the room? All right, good. You got lots of friends here. It's great. Maria is a very humble lady, and she has a hard time talking about her accomplishments. So I'm going to share some of the details of this very special lady. She moved to Escondido in the 1980s and was working as a real estate agent and a broker for most of the time that she lived here. Her business, Bowman Real Estate Services, helped clients in every aspect of real estate. Her goal is to build a community empowerment and balance, particularly in commercial real estate. She's particularly proud of the fact that she helped change the landscape of the Mercado district here in Escondido, comprised of 11 acres. This area is within the urban core and the community situated between Escondido's historic downtown and Interstate 15. The area, which once thrived, became run down because most commerce only took place during the days and leaving the evenings and the nights open for potential trouble and crime. Maria Bowman worked closely with the city to rebuild the area. And once the city reconnected Grand Avenue again, city staff had created mixed-use properties, a new market, restaurants, and made it a family-centric area once again. So she feels much of this is accomplished because of the Escondido Economic Development Department, who played a key role in looking at the city from an objective perspective. Exactly. Good. So it's all right so far. Okay. Maria explained that they began looking at data about the area and discovered an opportunity to revitalize the community. The people who live there now contribute to protecting the community, she said. It's good for businesses too. You can just walk to the food store or walk from your house and get local services. And changed an image of it was a kind of an old barrio into a vibrant community. So helping others is what Maria loves to do, loves about her job, and also feels that working in real estate has given her the opportunity to meet her goals as well, which also allowed her to meet her duties as a mother. And it's one of the best gifts of being in real estate, Bowman said, is you have the flexibility for women to take care of what other obligations they might have. So it worked out very well for you. And Bowman also remarked that one of the upsides of COVID-19 for women has been that many industries have realized that women can work from home and accomplish all of their work responsibilities simultaneously. That's why if you want something done, give it to a woman. And she can balance or juggle many, many things. So I think we might be looking at a better future for our daughters with this possibility that now people can work from home, they can care for their children, they can care for their families, and live in a nice, safe community. So Maria, congratulations on your award.
Thank you so much, and thank you for this opportunity to share with you. I love this audience. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So, I was asked to share with you who influenced me the most in my life, and because it's so close to Thanksgiving and we're all gone through this difficult times, and we're so thankful. I thought I wanted to share with you about my mother. She was a school teacher, a rural school teacher in Mexico City, who was a widow with 2 children, 3 years old me and my brother 1 year old me. And we were happy at this ranch because it included room and board, and we could be with her, and she could teach. And my brother and I were happy. We were happy. Then all of a sudden she said, no. We have to sell everything we have to go to the United States. No. Why? Because in Mexico, the only way you can prosper is with money or education, and education is not free, it's expensive. she dragged us. We took a train. We came all the way to the United States. And when she was buying food for us, my brother and I, someone cut her straps, her purse straps, and we were stranded. All her money was gone, all our documents were gone, everything was gone. But thank God, the conductor and everybody helped. I ate a lot of bananas during that time. and we made it. And a cousin that was with us, who had worked in the United States, was able to travel and send money back to my mother. We finally made it to the border. And once we were on the border, my mother was able to get a job with the doctor and then as a housekeeper in La Jolla. Soon after, my brother and I joined her. To our relief, it was summer, and in order to be out of her way, we could leave the house at 8 o'clock in the morning, come back at 5. During that time, my brother and I played. We went to the playground, to the beach, and all that stuff. I learned to play tennis. I was a jock. I love sports. So we started the 5th grade. My brother, the charming little wimp, everybody loved him because he could speak English real quick. He made friends. I fought. They made fun of my English. I fought. But because I was good at sports, they ended up choosing me. And eventually, my teacher said, either you learn to speak English or we will not promote you to 7th grade. I spoke English. So, fortunately, my mother met my stepfather, who was also an instrumental person in my life. He was a Native American from Las Cruces, New Mexico reservation, and he left the reservation to join the Army and see the world, and he was so impressed with indoor toilets in France, and he learned to cook, and he became a big chef in La Jolla, where my mother met him. He married. He became our dad. We never had a dad before. So he became our dad, and he moved us to Cortez by the sea. We had a home, and we could go to school, and I could play tennis, and nobody played that much tennis in that area, so I was a big shot. And, tennis was the entry for me to go to college, with scholarships, to teach my children to earn their way through college. My brother joined the Army and became a citizen and a college graduate. My son Anthony followed him and became a college graduate. I needed to bring my children to an area that was more normal, more real than the coast of speech and fun. So we came to Escondido, and it was a beautiful town. It was a great place to raise children. My children blossomed. My daughter went to San Pasquale Academy, as you say.
Oh, yeah. Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
And my sons, my oldest son also went to the Army, got a scholarship, and everybody made it. We made it. And so, whatever he said, I've done. It was a payback. It was so much gratitude. I'm so grateful for all of you. All of you inspire me. All of you support me. All of you are wonderful. I'm so grateful.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, we're really appreciative.
Yes.
story. Wow. Very nice. Very well deserved. So our last Hispanic Heritage Award also goes to a very special woman here today, Maria Cortez of Vista. Maria, where are you, Maria? Where is she? There she is. I recognize you. I spent a lot of time in Mr. Taco, or Mrs. Taco in San Marcos. Thank you. Come on. Oh, and JR? Oh, JR with the chamber? Oh, hey, JR. We don't have an award for him, do we?
We're just happy.
This is JR is here, the CEO of the Chamber of Commerce. Put your head. One of the things I want to do, this is a great award for Maria of Vista. She's from Vista, but I remember her taco shop in San Marcos, which unfortunately now is, well, it's affordable housing. We were able to make better use of that land there. But Mr. Taco's was called at the time, great restaurant and great place to eat. And I remember going, I'll get to the script here in a little bit. But I remember going in there, and all these baseball teams were up on the wall. All the teams, from kids that had grown up and were adults by now, but all the teams and all the support that she had done for the city of San Marcos when I was there and continued on before I was there. So she's been phenomenal and a great business person here. But anyway, Maria Cortez is a Latina business owner in Vista for over 37 years. As the owner of Mrs. Taco's Restaurant Catering Services, she's a leader in the Mexican restaurant business and a role model for Latina-owned businesses in North County here in San Diego. Maria, I want to thank you for all your contributions you've made in impacting the economic development of Vista and San Marcos and all of North County. You've done a wonderful job. We really appreciate it. I don't have as much written up on you, so you're going to have to talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Fill in the blanks. They told me Maria wasn't going to speak very much, so I didn't have that. But Maria, thank you. Your congratulations and your awards, well deserved. You want to tell a little bit about your story?
Yes.
Oh, and your daughter. Oh, come on up. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is Marisol?
My daughter.
Yes.
Second daughter.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna speak on behalf of my mom, reading it as if it's from her.
Because I cry a lot.
We do. The first time I came to the United States, I was 13 years old. This was right after my father had passed away. My mother needed financial help since I had 7 siblings. As the youngest, I decided to come and work in the U.S. An American family I had met in Tijuana was kind enough to take me in and help me get a job. I had enrolled in school as well, but I did not graduate high school. Due to the language barrier, I had difficulty understanding what it meant to be in the land of the free in my government class. I moved back to Tijuana at age 16 to get married to a man who my mom had set me up with, like an arranged marriage. He ended up being abusive and controlling. I was able to escape and move back to the US at age 18 and worked in restaurants since. At age 20, while working in Acapulco's restaurant, I met my ex-husband. I shared my dream of opening a restaurant, and in 1985, the first Mr. Taco establishment opened its doors, and from there on, we opened several others. My dream for owning a restaurant stemmed from my desire to leave a legacy for my children and grandchildren in the future. It wasn't easy at all coming into the U.S. undocumented and trying to be successful to live up to the American dream. There were tiring and what felt endless days of fighting the urge to give up. But I would push through, sweat and tears every day, but holding on for my children and my family. I have 5 children. My oldest, Angelica, focused and driven, decided to continue in the restaurant business and owns the original Mr. Taco. My next daughter, Marisol, loyal and dedicated, got her career in education and is an administrator in a low socioeconomically disadvantaged charter school. She also serves on the board for a nonprofit organization called Gente Unida, a human rights border coalition. My first son, Johnny, he's right there. Compassionate and loving, followed my steps and works in high-end restaurants. Johnny specializes in wine pairing and is taking steps to become a sommelier in hopes to share his passion for food and wine to other states. Guillermo Jr, or as we call him Chiqui, is my wild child. He is funny and kind but energetic. He's an electrician and is starting his own business. My youngest, Josue, still a child at heart but kind, works with me at Mrs. Taco and is learning the ropes to one day take over. I have 11 grandchildren and 1 more on the way, thanks to Johnny, and 1 great-grandchild. Although my children are my world, my grandchildren and my great-grandchild are my universe. Everything I do is for them. I wanted to make it easier for them, but still making sure they understand that what hard work can truly get you. I made sure they saw the journey that it took to get here, and that not everything is handed to you. I want them to take their dreams and their wants and apply the work ethics that they've been taught to get what they want in life. I want to keep the legacy going. Overall, I believe that what keeps me motivated and makes Mrs. Taco successful is our customers. I love seeing the same faces come in for their usual meals, the generation after generation of each family coming in and spreading the love. I love hearing comments like, my parents used to bring me here when I was little, or you donated to my baseball team, my school, the fire department, the police officers. And my favorite comment is, I love your food. My desire is to not only serve the people that come to see me every day, but also the community itself. It is because of the community that I humbly and proudly accept this recognition. Thank you.
One little note, I met Maria probably in 2004, and I met Marisol when she was in the Gear Up program at San Marcos High School. And I said, Marisol, and you're driving this really nice car and you're only a senior, you must work. Oh, where do you work at? Oh, I work at Mr. Taco. I said, oh, well, who owns Mr. Taco? My mom. I said, okay, because we kept on ordering Mr. Taco right there off of Mission down from Pelham College. I then started the National Latina Businesswomen's Association in 2004, and I asked this lovely lady to be on my board. So she was so cute. And she was such a good worker. And of course I met Marisol. She was my assistant in my office. She was so cute. She organized my desk the first day. I'm like, okay, it's organized. I said, okay, Marisol. And then after that, my chiropractor, Dr. Peters in San Marcos, asked, do you have a young Latina bilingual wants to work in here? I said, Marisol. I asked her, and she worked with Dr. Peters for a couple of years.
For like 4 years.
4 years, and then she got her cousin, Leticia.
I loved my cousin. I love my cousin.
Yeah, so Dr. Peters thinks I know everybody. Not really, just they're my kind of people. So just congratulations again, Maria. And I'm so proud to be with her today, and we'll have a picture.
Thank you very much, because in 2004 I did get a certificate from you. Very nice, I still have it in my wall.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Good.
thank you. Also, you still look beautiful. I just want to say thank you to everybody. It wasn't easy, believe me. It was very hard. But I work, and I work. And I'm still working. I'm here. Successful. Thank you.
Well, I just want to say thank you very much. It's been an honor for me. I'm your new county supervisor here, representing Escondido, and I enjoy working with Joe Green, with Mayor Jones from San Marcos, and all your community leaders here. And we want to provide you with what you need, from the county, what we can do. I know we're working a lot on homeless issues and housing issues, and those are kind of the biggest issues we have today. We're still working on that. We're working on mental health issues. We're working on trying to make sure people have the tools they need to be successful. And that's how I see government operating, and for us to give you the tools to be successful and then get out of your way is how I like to operate. But education is key today. I heard from just about every one of the awardees, education is key, hard work is key, and mothers are key as well. I do think, the Hispanic Heritage Month, I know it should be all year round, But you know, from my perspective in working with people with Hispanic heritage, you are people of family. You are people of keeping things together. You're hardworking and very strong, and good, great community spirit. Is just really wonderful to see that, and the fact that you keep your families together and work very hard for each other is honorable, and I really admire you for it. I'm willing to work for you as long as I can as your county supervisor, but it's been my honor to present these awards to you here today, so thank you very much.
And we have Assemblywoman Mary Waldron. We have her staff that will be presenting, and we have, where is Hayden Yanta? Here she is. She's the field rep for Assemblywoman Waldron, the 75th district. There she is.
Hi, thank you everyone for being here today. So I want to start out and apologize for Assemblymember Waldron's absence. She got stuck down in San Diego today very last minute. She's very sorry she's not here to present these awards to everyone, but we felt that it was still important that we present these awards today. So her entire staff is here today to make sure that we can honor you for your work to the community. So first up, I want to bring our senior field rep, Tom Stinson, who will be presenting to our Valley Center honorees.
We do have two other staffers up in the Capitol, so this is the entire Escondido staff. First of all, I would like to recognize Hector Quiros. Is Hector here?
Hector Garcia.
Oh, we got it's printed wrong here. Hector Garcia.
Anyway.
Hector Garcia, of Automotive Specialist. I didn't think this was right because I was pretty sure our cert.
No, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'll take both of them. You want this one or?
Yeah. How are we doing this? Okay, well, oops. Two seconds. So Hector Garcia is a resident of Valley Center, is that correct?
Correct.
And he was automotive specialist, where I've been taking my car for about 30 years. I was in here about 3 weeks ago. And you're the fairly new one. And since coming to Valley Center, Hector's become very heavily involved in things like the chamber. And he previously has been involved in the Kiwanis Club, youth programs, member of the California Tow Truck Association, and is focused on the training and safety of drivers, tow truck drivers, taught safety classes and provided facilities and equipment to do so. Volunteered for the Valley Center Stampede Rodeo and established a fundraising vehicle donation program to benefit the rodeo. Also very active with the Chamber of Commerce, and his company, Automotive Specialist, provides crash cars to the Valley Center Fire Department to assist in training of emergency services such as rollover and using the jaws of life and that sort of thing. So we're very glad to have Hector in Valley Center, and glad he's up there. He moved to Power. And so we're glad he's in Valley Center now and becoming very much involved in the community. And so welcome to the community, and thank you for everything you do.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I'm nowhere near the rest of the guys. I mean, you guys are great. And Maria is right, it's a bunch of beautiful people here. But I want to tell you one thing. I'm very lucky and very grateful to be here. I want to thank my wife for, I couldn't be here without her. She's done a lot for me coming from Mexico 30 years ago. I know it's been a ride, but she's been great. But we need to be grateful, guys, for what we have. Family is very important. You're right, Doctor. Family, school, But I learned a lot from my parents, you know, and we can't forget where we came from, our heritage, our Hispanic heritage. We learned a lot from our parents, so I'm very, very happy to be here. Poway was very good to us. We were there for 30 years. The Valley Center, it's beautiful, and very happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, our next honoree, also from Valley Center, Mimi Rincon. Would you like to come up? Okay, Mimi is a longtime Valley Center resident. I think I read somewhere 29 years. Is that right? Okay. And she's heavily involved in mental health services, promoting mental health, drug and alcohol awareness. Works with the school district. I know she works with St. Stephen's Church as well. There was unfortunately a suicide, I guess, last year in Valley Center, and she helped organize an event in the area to bring awareness in the community too regarding suicide. She's worked with TPC, helped coordinated assistance during the 2003 fire, which did a lot of damage in Valley Center. She's helped coordinate the needs with migrant and farm workers and advocates for their families. And I see Mimi every time I go to anything in Valley Center. She's there. So she's very involved in the community, and we're very glad to have people like her, and especially her in Valley Center. So thank you for everything you do.
I just wanted to say thank you to all the people that helped me to do everything that I do. It's just nothing, it's so many resources, and sometimes people just don't know. And I just wanted to be that bridge to people, and I just want to thank you, all of you, because I just can't do anything by myself. And so that's it.
Oh, we got it. It's okay.
Yeah, next court. Come on.
Thank you, Tom. Hi, everyone. My name is Corey Uden. I'm a field representative in Marie Waldron's office, representing Temecula, Bonsall, Rainbow, and especially the friendly Fallbrook Village. And I'm here to honor a luminary of Fallbrook. If Martin Quiros could please come up here. Martin is a bilingual realtor and senior loan officer with over 20 years of experience helping the diverse community achieve their dreams of home ownership in Fallbrook. In that capacity, he served as honorary mayor of Fallbrook in 2014 and the Fallbrook Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors from 2014 to 2022. Congratulations on your retirement. And again, he was Fallbrook Chamber President in both 2016 and 2020, which meant he had to effectively lead the chamber through the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. And that was certainly a challenge, but Martin stepped up to the plate like he always does. He's currently the chairman of Fallbrook's popular avocado festival. So if you love avocados, talk to Martin. And he volunteers with Homes for Our Troops, a nonprofit organization that builds and adapts homes for severely disabled veterans. He's always there helping the veteran community. Just this past month, we hiked up Montserrat Mountain in Fallbrook. Martin helped arrange it. The Boy Scouts were there. Everybody was there. You didn't hike, I don't think, but we'll get you out there next time. So Martin, congratulations. This is truly an honor for us to recognize you.
Just a couple of quick words. First, it's nice to be up here, and I honor those of you who are also honored today, because it's really a privilege to be up here today. I grew up the street, up here on North Broadway in Escondido. I'm an immigrant, and my parents would be very proud right now. And like we've heard today, we'll repeat the important parts is education, family, dreams, working hard, and then giving back. And I honor all of you here today who are volunteering back and giving back, because we really have to keep that going forward. So thank you all of you very much.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. So, I'm going to be presenting to our San Marcos honorees. San Marcos is my hometown, it means a lot to me, and we're grateful to have our mayor here as well, Rebecca Jones. So I just want to acknowledge we do have 3 awards left. Vista, who is one of our honorees here for Escondido. She was not able to make it today.
Yes, she
I'll give her time. Then I will be honoring you. I'm so sorry, I did not see your name on the sign-in sheet. I'm so happy you made it. So yes, let's give a warm round of applause.
Sorry, I guess I didn't see I was supposed to sign in.
It's okay, no, we're so honored that you were able to make it today and be one of our honorees. So Luisa here, she has been a longtime member of the North County community, especially here in Escondido. I know for a fact how much she does for the Escondido business community, especially supporting small businesses here, and that is so important for the economic development of here in North County, and really we could not do that work without her. She opened the Grand Tea Room here in 2011, right here in historical downtown Escondido, and she actually, those wonderful little pastries that you are enjoying today, Grand Tea Room supplied, so please say thank you. She is a big believer in her community, like I said, with the economic side as well as the beautification of Escondido. One of the things she highlighted to me was her membership with the Esco Alley Art Project. So she is out there supporting the beautification of this wonderful, wonderful city, and really, she is such a jewel to have up here, and we are so honored to be able to thank her for all of her hard work and dedication to the community. So thank you so much, Louisa.
I didn't know everybody was going to say so much about their history, so I'm going to tell you a little bit. I was born and raised in Espanola, New Mexico, and we moved out here in '77 and moved to Escondido in 1982. So I've been here for 3 years and worked outside of the city for most of that time, and then I was laid off from my job in 2010. For the first time in many, many years, I didn't have a job, so I didn't know what I was going to do. I decided to open a business in Escondido. And there were so many skeptics telling me, what do an opening a business, in Escondido, especially the Grand Tea Room. So they didn't think I would have that many customers, so I proved them all wrong. I am here 11 years later, and one thing I did not want to do was commute, because for 21 years I drove back and forth to San Clemente, and 100-mile round trip every day, and that got really old. So when I decided to open a business, and people were saying, the Grand Tea Room would do great, or an AT room in La Jolla or Del Mar, or I said, no, I'm gonna open a business right here in my hometown. So I did, and it's been very successful. We're busier than ever, and I love it. I love being in Escondido. Raised my family here, my 2 kids and my 3 grandkids, and I'm proud to be a member of this community. And of course, I always volunteer for everything. Somebody else said that a while ago. It's like they volunteer and volunteer. So I'm on the board of directors for the Downtown Business Association, and I'm on the committee for the Esco Alley Art Project, and we do a lot, and I really enjoy it. And all of you who have been to the Grand Tea Room, thank you for your support, and we appreciate everything so much. Thank you so much.
able to be here with us today, but we do actually have her mother and her sister in attendance. Her mother was actually honored by Supervisor Desmond. So I would like to honor Angelica Orsino today. So we can give a round of applause. If her mother and her sister want to come up, you may. They will be accepting it on her behalf today. We are really sad that she couldn't make it, but we still wanted to honor her for all of her hard work. You heard a lot of their story when Maria was up here talking, but Angelica, she started working at Mr. Taco with her family when she was very young. She grew up in that business. She grew up with the family business and, giving back to the community and being a part of the community. And she ended up having children. She ended up having one daughter and 4 boys. God bless her heart for doing fine. And she said that her biggest motivation is her children. And I think that is so wonderful that she's doing this for her family, and she continues working hard every day, both with the family business and for her children. And she loves what she does, and we are so grateful that she is a part of the San Marcos community, and this is now over in Vista, but we're so grateful she's still a part of North County. I mean, I grew up here, and I love the city so much, and all these wonderful people are what makes San Marcos home. And Angelica, she is just another huge part of that, her along with her whole family. And Assemblymember Waldron is so honored that she got the opportunity to honor her today. So I would like to turn the mic over to her mother and sister now. Thank you.
Hi again. My sister just wanted me to share and say thank you. She says that she remembers being at the restaurant since age 5. All the memories, all the food, working there. I mean, my mom had us working since we were little. Not child labor though. She gave us tips, so it's okay.
No, you took them. Okay.
Yeah, I did. So my sister remembers that, and she wanted to continue the same legacy. Really, her and my brother Johnny were the ones that really want to continue the restaurant a little more. Eventually, we will all be there as well. So we definitely look up to her, and we're happy that she's the one that's there pushing through and still continuing the legacy for us as well. Thank you.
I have to say something that no one said, and that is this family, and it did start with Maria, but this family gives so much back to the community. Whenever anyone calls, sports groups, anybody, they want to have fundraisers, they always give a portion back to the community. And that really started with you, Maria, but it has translated through your family, and I know that my city just absolutely adores you and everything that you've done and everything you've been to our community. Don't cry. No, those are happy tears. No, we love you very much, and you know what it really. Oh, thank you. Anyway, it really. Your family, you can tell. You guys have a heart to give back, and it's really greatly appreciated. And not everyone gives as much as they do.
It's one.
Yes.
I want to say something about my daughter Angie. When they were going to close Mr. Taco on Mission Road, my daughter was so worried. Mom, what am I going to do? I have 5 kids. I said, don't worry about it. Everything is going to be okay. I have the one on Melrose and Sycamore in 2012. I opened that one in 2012, and I decided I have the opportunity to open another one in 2014. I said, there you go. I have 2. One for my daughter and one for me. She kept the one on Sycamore and Melrose, the big one, very nice restaurant that I built all by myself. Very beautiful restaurant. I don't know if you knew when I was Mrs. Taco there, but when my daughter came and said, Mom, I don't have anything to do, what am I going to do? Take over. I stay at the one on Vista Way. The Vista Way, it wasn't very good at all. At all. And I said, sorry. I said, I have to do something. So I took over the Vista Way and I said, just give me 6 months, a year. I was selling a little bit. And my son, my youngest son, said, Mom, we're not selling like the one in Melrose and Sycamore. I said, we will one day. just give me 6 months or a year. And now we're selling almost the same thing that my daughter is. Yeah, and my daughter, she has her own restaurant. I have my own restaurant, but maybe one day it's gonna be for my son Johnny and my daughter Marisol.
You guys are coming back to San Marcos. We tried to find a place for you, definitely.
Thank you. Sorry, I wasn't looking.
Okay, one
Sorry,
more.
I wasn't looking.
Thank you so much for everyone that came up and spoke. That was a really good story. So we have just one more to honor from San Marcos, if everyone will hang with me. So we have a Dr. Jorge Otanes, if we can welcome him up. I just want to start by thanking you for being here. You were actually recommended to me by Michelle Gonzalez. She said how much you do for the community and how involved you are. Some of them will all be so grateful that you get to be one of her honorees this year. So I'll tell you a little bit about Jorge here, but he definitely has a very long resume, I will warn you. So he is the definition of giving back to the community and giving back to people. He has been working with the UCSD Flying Samaritans, which is a nonprofit organization that helps orphan children and elderly patients with no access to healthcare down in Baja California. He gives back to them by providing healthcare, providing information, and that is such a wonderful thing that he gives back down there, because he is actually originally from Tijuana, and he gives back to his community down there while also being a practicing physician up here in North County. He lives and works in San Marcos. He is part of the National Hispanic Medical Association, which represents the interests of 50,000 licensed Hispanic physicians in the United States, which is huge how much he stands up for the people of the community. He has also been taking the initiative to help out the Hispanic community up here in North County, especially he has created an information program to be able to bring information about diabetes to the Hispanic population, as well as COVID-19 information. He has been creating this in both Spanish and English to make sure that there's more healthcare access. That's something that we are often sorely lacking in more rural communities, and he's been helping bring it up here to North County and surrounding areas. He has been bringing that healthcare access, that information, and that is absolutely huge. And Assemblymember Waldron, she has been standing up for healthcare for all since she became part of the Assembly 10 years ago. She sits as Vice Chair of the Health Board, and she was so honored to be able to have him up here today and to be able to thank him for all his hard work with community, Hispanic population, and just everything he does for his home here and down in Mexico. So thank you so much for being here.
It's an honor to be standing in front of all of you here. Every single one of your stories, actually, they all got to me. It's in my heart. Like, I feel like I became emotional as well, just hearing and listening to everything that everyone had to say. I identify myself with every single story. I'm not gonna talk for too much, but I see a little bit of my story and a little bit of your stories as well. I was born and raised in Tijuana, just across the border. That's where my whole family lives. I had the opportunity to be able to go to medical school, everything from kindergarten all the way up to medical school there. I was working 3 jobs in San Diego, trying to support myself, my brother, my family. Lost my parents when I was young. So I had to work, and I had to do everything I could to support my family and put myself through school and be able to do all the things that I wanted to accomplish. I became a physician because I wanted to help people. I know that's what most of them say, but I've been doing it for 12 years now, and I do it here on this side of the border, I do it on the other side of the border, and I just feel so blessed that I'm sharing the room with all of you here, because life has been very difficult. This last couple of years with COVID, it's been certainly a challenge, and we've been trying to do as much as we can. We've sent patients from our clinics to your testing centers, and it's like, we can test you today, but go here, go there. It's been really, really difficult, and I just want to congratulate everyone who's here from everything that you've been doing. And again, I feel blessed and really humbled to have been given the opportunity to come and receive this award here in front of everyone else. And my hope is that I have a saying that to me, healthcare has no zip code, so I really don't care where people come from and what background they have. I treat everyone the same. I treat everyone the way that I want my family members to be treated. And that is, what I do every day. Somebody once said, you can change the world, but one good deed that you do a day, then that's enough. And I try to go above and beyond, maybe do 2 or 3 a day. So thank you so much, and thank you for this award.
Well, take a deep breath. We have been surrounded with a lot of love and a lot of faith in our business and in our own journey. Life is a journey, and I think today we all learned a lot about other cultures and respect and responsibility back to our communities. I end it by saying adios, amigos, and we hope that you will enjoy. We have a few drinks left, and if anybody would like to take some pictures with any groups, please come up. Again, my name is Teresa Remington, here to serve you. Take care.